A very good afternoon, dear students, and welcome to the lecture of Advanced Accounting and Auditing Paper 1. This is Professor Shaurya Shah welcoming you all to the lecture of Accountancy. Dear students, in the previous lecture, as you all know, we have seen the labor chapter with various formulas regarding various methods, right? Today we'll be continuing from the part where we left, that is your labor turnover ratio. Fine. Again, today's lecture students will be seeing the labor turnover ratio with formulas and having again a quick revision of the methods which we did yesterday, so that the entire chapter is clear to you all, right? We'll not be beginning with the sums today as it is the last lecture of the week, right? So we'll be continuing the sums practically after your assignment week is completed, right? So there is a complete link in the entire chapter so that we can continuously do the sums for that. Fine. Apart from that, one more thing students, you all must have got the syllabus for the assignments. As I have already told you, right, there will be no practical sums. It is a completely theory part. I can ask any questions from the syllabus which I have given. The notes are already provided, so you all are well informed about it. Fine. So moving on to today's part students, understand each and everything very clearly. The entire part is very easy. So first we'll be completing the labor turnover part which is remaining, that is the second part of the chapter, and then we'll have a quick revision of what we did yesterday. Fine. So labor turnover, the next part, right? What do you mean by labor turnover students? Labor, yesterday only we had seen in the lecture, I explained you labor includes every kind of employees, right? It may be either workers, it may be direct labor, it may be indirect labor. It is made up of basically two terms students, labor and turnover, right? So turnover, you all know stock turnover, that is the changes which takes place, right? So what is labor turnover? Labor turnover in simple meaning, if I say, it is the changes which is done in the labor force over a period of time, right? So for understanding, it is known as labor turnover. We'll see students in detail what is it all about. Laborers leave the firm due to a variety of reasons, right? As you all know, no business firm or no factory or no company have the laborers completely sticking to it for over a period of years, right? There is a continuous change. Some laborers may be again coming into the business, some laborers may go. This may be happening due to various kinds of reason, right? So on and so forth. Those reasons are either they may be dismissed, right? They may be removed out of the work, they may be retiring after certain attaining age of superannuation. Again, they will be leaving for better prospectus, which is the most common reason, right? One person getting another better prospectus can leave the firm and join another firm, right? So on and so forth. There are n number of reasons. Due to that, labor turnover takes place in the business. Fine. Labor turnover is measured as number of workers leaving the firm in a period of to average number of workers working, right? So number of workers leaving the firm in a time period, say time period may be 1 year, maybe 6 months, maybe 4 months, maybe a month, or maybe a week, right? That completely depends upon the policy of the company. So what is labor turnover? Labor turnover is the number of persons leaving the firm compared to the average number of workers working, right? So what is the average number of workers who are working at present in the company? We are comparing to that the number of people leaving the firm, right? So what is average number? We will see when we see the formulas, but for understanding you need to be clear with the meaning. For example, understand it with the illustration. If 150 workers leave the firm in a year, right? So 150 workers are leaving the firm in a year and the total workers average is 1500. So I can easily say from the definition, if total average worker is 1500 and 150 have left, so what will be my labor turnover ratio? So simple formula is 150 upon 1500 into 100, right? So that will give me 10%. So I can say over a period of year, out of my total average of 1500 workers, 10% workers are continuously turnovering, right? So my labor turnover ratio is 150, right? I hope it is clear students. Now there are various reasons for labor turnover, as I have already told you. There may be again we can say broadly classifying it for your theory, there may be two type of reasons. There one is your avoidable reason, second is your unavoidable, right? Unavoidable reasons may be either due to death of employee, maybe due to retirement, right? You cannot avoid it. Again, due to many kind of reasons, due to, again, we can say the marriage, right? Many a times due to the marriage or shifting of family, you need to change the job. So on and so far are your reasons which are included for your labor turnover. Avoidable are due to dissatisfaction among the employees, right? That may be due to organization, that may be due to various kinds of reasons, like again, work culture is not proper, they are not getting proper salary, they are not getting proper facilities, they are not getting proper environment to work, right? So all those things relate to your labor turnover. Now only simple thing you need to understand is labor turnover good or bad, right? So that gives simple rule to the business that higher the labor turnover, it is bad for business. Lower the labor turnover, it is good for business, right? Because more number of people are leaving your firm, that means your labor force is not consistent, right? And if it is not consistent, various again problems arises. You must be very much clear in human resource management, right? So not going much in detail in that part. So always remember a key point: higher the labor turnover ratio, bad for the business; lower the labor turnover ratio, good for the business. Is it clear? Now students, we are in cost accounting. So again, we have to learn three methods for calculating your labor turnover ratio, right? Again, a very easy method. If you understand the concept, you just need to remember three formulas only, right? So the first method in your labor turnover rate is your separation method, right? The word itself says separation, means how many employees have separated from our business during a period of time is known as separation method, right? So labor turnover is calculated by dividing the total number of workers who left by the average number of workers on payroll, right? Payroll is meaning thereby the register of the workers is known as payroll, right? In short, payroll means your total number of workers who are registered in your business book during a period of years, right? In previous example, we saw 1500. So that was on your payroll. I hope it is clear. So what is labor turnover by separation method? It is calculating by dividing the total number of workers who left, right? How many workers have left? That is the total number by the average number of workers on payroll. The formula here is number of separations in a period divided by average number, right? The term here is your average students, not total, right? So average means your number of employees in the beginning, number of employees at the end upon 2. Now how the sums will be given, they will tell you to calculate the labor turnover by separation method. They will give you the number of employees who have left out due to various reasons. They will give you the number of employees in the beginning, number of employees at the end, so that you can calculate the average number of employees, right? On the basis of that, you can calculate labor turnover ratio. I suppose it is very easy and very much clear to you all. Fine. So again repeating, what is separation method? The word separation you need to remember. How many employees have separated due to various reasons, that you need to consider for calculating LTR by separation method. Fine. I hope it is clear. Same formula will be utilized in the second method, but before that, few points to be remembered for your separation method, right? It must be noted very importantly here that all the workers leaving, whether voluntarily due to better prospectus or marriage or due to dissatisfaction with wages or superiors or dismissed or retrenchment by the firm, must be included, right? That's why I've highlighted the word must be included. You may be going out due to any reason, right? You have to include in this. So in question, there will be various things given: number of employees retired, number of employees left due to marriage, number of employees retired due to voluntarily, right? So you have to consider each and everything. Even those who retired due to age and are laid off due to work must also be included. So in short, in crux, you need to understand in separation method, take every type of employee who are leaving your firm, right? So that will be your part. So you need to calculate this amount on the basis of the things which I told you in the next slide. I hope it is clear. So labor turnover by separation method is done. Replacement method, right students? The name itself says replacement, means number of employees who have been separated. So for example, if I say 150 employees have separated, so there is 150 vacancies, right? In short, 150 jobs are empty in our business. What we'll do is how many employees are replaced for that particular vacancies during a period of time is your replacement method. Fine. So it is the percentage of new replacements during a given period to the average number of workers on payroll. Right. Again, it is the percentage of new replacement during a given period to the average number of workers on the payroll. Right. So again, number of replacements done, as I told you, suppose 150 are the vacancies and you have replaced 100 people in that particular period of time, so that will give you the replacements. Right. Again, one most important thing to be noted here is if the workers are recruited due to expansion, they are not to be included. In separation, take all the employees. In replacement, expansion, you don't have to take. Apart from that, you have to take every other replacement. Right. So in sums, the questions, it will be given students that so and so number of employees are appointed as per expansion part and so are appointed as replacement. Right. So you don't have to consider the expansion part. If you are conceptually clear, the sum will be very small. It is very much, again we can say, scoring for 6 to 7 marks. Right. Only 3 things you need to calculate. Is it clear? So that replacement method is number of persons replaced during a period of time compared to your average number of workers. Fine. So LTR is equals to number of replacement upon average number of, again, employees in a period, that is on payroll, into 100. Average number here itself, number in the beginning plus number at the end, divide by 2. I suppose you are clear with replacement method also. Now the third method is your flux method. Right. What is flux method? It is the combination of your separation method and your replacement method. Right. We'll see. It is a combined method in which the total number of workers who have left the firm and number of workers who have joined the firm are compared with average number on payroll. Means in the first method of separation, we calculated the number of workers left. In the second method, we calculated the number of workers joined. In the third, we will calculate both together. Right. So number of separation plus number of replacement that we used in second method upon average number on roll in a period. Right. So average number of roll in a period means at the beginning plus at the end divided by 2. That is known as flux method. Right. So I hope you all are very much clear with this part, separation, replacement and flux method. Right. Again, there is a shortcut for flux method also. If you add up the amount, if you add up the answers of separation and replacement, you will get the answer of flux method. Right. This we will see it in detail when we solve the practical sums, because many a times the answer of flux method will be given and either of the separation or replacement will be missing. So on the basis of this equation, flux method is equals to number separation plus replacement answer. Right. So that we'll see it in detail. I hope it is clear to each and every student. Right. So this is your flux method. Again, just I'll give you 10 seconds to look after each and every slide formulas so that you are very much clear with this part. Right. I hope you all must have remembered the formula also. Number of separations in a period upon average number on roll in a period. Right. As it is the beginning of the concept of the chapter, students, I decided today to take a lecture on YouTube so that those people who are not able to attend it can also have this conceptually clear. Right. After the assignment weeks, we'll be conducting the live sessions only. Fine. So you can go through the separation method. I hope it is done. Next is you include every person. Remember, the word everyone is to be included. Right. So you are clear with that part, no confusion in that. Replacement method. Right. Second method, you can go through it again, 10 seconds very quickly. Okay, and then the last is flux method. Right. Again, if you are noting down, you can write down flux method is equals to separation method plus replacement method. Right. So you will be getting the answer for the same. I hope it is clear. So this is all, students, in your second part of the chapter. Only three formulas, right? Apart from that, there is one more additional formula, that is your equivalent annual rate of labor turnover, right? What is your equivalent annual rate of turnover? Equivalent annual rate of turnover is comparing the number of, again we can say, the labor turnover rate compared in the month compared to your entire year, right? So equivalent annual rate of turnover, we are taking various periods, we are taking various months and weeks, right? So in order to calculate the annual rate, what is the annual rate for entire year? Suppose we have calculated in months, right? So if in month, if it is 10%, so what will be the rate for the entire year? So what you will do is, whatever labor turnover rate you are getting into 365 divided by number of days in a month, right? This you just need to remember the formula, right? Again, there is no theory for this part, but in your sums when you will solve it, will be very much clear to you all, right? So remember the formula, students, and then we can again use it in the practical sums. Fine. So equivalent annual turnover rate, that is your, again we can say, EAR. So I hope you all are very much clear with the four formulas. One is separation upon average number into 100. Second is replacement upon average number into 100. Third is separation plus replacement again upon average number. And the fourth is your EAR. So this is all in your second part, students. Now we'll be starting with the quick revision of what methods we had done, because many students were requesting the same, right? So quick revision, not going much in theory part, right? Directly starting with the formulas which we have seen. So labor costing, students, we did, right? Direct labor, you all must be clear. Those laborers which are directly related to the production are known as direct labor. Indirect labor, those people who are indirectly related to the production process, right? Not directly engaged in converting raw materials to finished goods. It may include your, again, storekeeper, foreman, timekeeper, so on and so forth, right? Weight systems, right? Yesterday we started with this part, students. There are two types and two classifications of weight system, as I already told you. One is your traditional weight system, which is going on since years, and the second is your incentive weight system. Again, in incentive there are two parts, individual plans and group plans, right? And we are here in your syllabus learning only individual plans. So starting with your traditional weight system, there are two types: time weight system and piece weight system, right? So time weight system, again, as I told you, the worker is paid on the basis of the time which he has taken to complete the production process, right? So time devoted by the worker is known as time weight system. Very simple. Time is the basis of the payment, right? So the rate may be per hour, per day, per week, fortnight, or a month, right? So if you see, students, this is based upon completely on the time. So in your sums, two or three information will be given: how much time is spent by the worker, what is the wage rate for it, right? So time wage, as you can see, is time taken. It may be any time taken into wage rate per hour. That will give you the earnings. I give you the example: if a worker is working 8 hours and per hour, if the rate is 50, so immediately you can calculate that. Again, 8 into 50 gives me the answer of 8 into 50 gives me the answer of how much you must have thought, that is 400 rupees, right? So immediately, any point of time, if it is in days, then again days, 8 days into 10 rupees, suppose the rate per day is 10 rupees, so 80 rupees, right? So on and so far. I hope you all are clear with that part. Piece weight system, as I told you, the limitations also were discussed in yesterday's lecture. So a system that removes the basic defect of time wage is recognizing the efficiency of the workers, that is piece wage system. Fine. Now the worker is paid on the basis of the amount of work or the number of units produced by him. So the rate of per unit is fixed in advance, right? We saw yesterday it also. I suppose it is very easy. Instead of time, you are having the number of units which are produced and the rate per unit is given. So majority of the calculation is done on the basis of the number of units produced, right? Suppose 100 units are produced, per unit wage rate is 10 rupees. So 100 into 10 gives me 1000. Hope it's clear. Again, second we saw that was time allowed into rate per unit. If your piece wage is on the basis of the time allowed, right? Not on the basis of the production, but on the basis of time allowed. So you need to pay in according to this, right? You need to just understand the formula, students. Once you start with the sum, then you will remember each and every formula and it must be very much smooth and clear with you. Fine. Now, as we saw, students, the traditional system we completed, on the basis of your traditional system came into account the incentive wage system, right? Incentive, I told you, more you produce, more you get, right? Apart from your regular pay, that is incentive, the additional benefits. Now again, students, both the systems have certain demerits, you all know. On that basis, again, industrialists have constantly been striving to evolve a system which may combine the good points of both. So again, this incentive wage system includes your both the advantages and reducing the limitations of above traditional methods, right? What is the main objective? They encourage the workers to increase their output and also guarantee them the minimum day wage. So in that, we had seen, students, there are various kinds of plans, right? One is Halsey plan, second is the Rowan plan, and the third is Taylor's differential piece weight system. As I told you, in our syllabus there are only two plans we need to understand and learn for your exams, that is Halsey plan and Rowan plan, right? So what is Halsey plan? Halsey plan, as you can see and you can note down also, time taken into wage rate, right? So that is the fixed pay which on the basis of your first traditional method, that is time based system, time taken into wage rate plus half of time saved into wage rate, right? So if the workers have completed before the time allotted, then he will be paid half of the wage rate of the time saved, right? So whatever time saved is done by him, it will be paid to him. So if the worker has completed 10 hours job in 8 hours, right? So what will be the wage rate we will be calculating? Suppose the total job allowed time is 10 hours, he has completed it in 8 hours and wage rate per hour is 3 rupees, right? So time taken 8 hours into 3 rupees plus half into time saved 2 rupees into wage rate 3, right? So on and so far you can calculate the wage rate according to Halsey plan. Mind well, students, the chapter is very easy. You just need to prepare a list of formulas. You need to understand and learn it conceptually and the sums will be done. Fine. So this is your Halsey plan. As I told you, Halsey was an American engineer working in the industry. So he developed this plan. Now students, the second is your Rowan plan, right? So Rowan plan gives some additional thing apart from your Halsey plan. It includes the same concept of time taken into wage rate. In addition, time taken into wage rate. In addition, he is providing some of the bonus. That is why it is always known as Rowan's premium plan, right? So premium bonus is to be paid in addition to Halsey plan. So what is it all about? Time taken into wage rate. That is for what he has work already, right? Plus he is giving time taken into wage rate into time saved upon time allowed, right? So compare, if you see this and this are same. So compared to your actual wages which he should get, how much time he has saved compared to your time allowed. So that is the additional bonus which you are paying. So that is your Rowan plan. So in short, TR plus W into TS upon TA, right? So TR plus W into TS upon TA, that is in short your Rowan plan, right? Again, the explanation is not much elaborated. You just need to remember the formulas and you can solve the sum, students, right? So you will be given all these things in your question. You just have to fill in the blanks. Fine. So I suppose you all are clear with these two plans. Now the third plan, that is Taylor's differential piece rate system, right? As I told you, Frederick Taylor was the father of scientific management, right? He gave this particular differential piece rate system. So it is basically, first of all, two words. Differential means a difference should be created between an efficient employee and an inefficient employee. And piece rate means on the basis of the production, on the basis of the units, he need to pay the wages, right? So if the higher production is achieved than the specified production, then wage is equals to production into higher rate, right? He should be paid the number of units produced into the higher rate. and he should be paid again the production into lower rate if he has produced the specific production compared to the specified production, right? So if more produce, higher rate; if less produce, lower rate. I hope it is clear to each and everyone, right? So this is your Taylor's differential piece rate system. As you all know, you don't have to do this for in your syllabus, right? As such, we are having only Halsey and Rowan plan with us. Fine. So that's all for the chapter, students. I hope I was clear, right? So two things, students. We will start the sums after we complete your assignment week, right? Assignment syllabus is already provided in Google Classroom. You all must be knowing, fine. So I hope you all must have got also arranged for the materials which I have already provided in Google Classroom. This chapter is very easy. Mind well, students, having a weightage of around 7 to 9 marks. A sum comes from it for sure, a short sum and a long sum. That is for your 7 marks. So if you are clear with the formulas, it is only based upon your 7 to 8 formulas. If you can see, right, 4 formulas of your labor turnover part, and again the 4 formulas for your time wage, piece wage, Halsey and Rowan, right? So if you are clear with this 7 to 8 formulas, your chapter is done. Fine. So that's all for today's part, students. Again, an important thing was to remember the concepts. So I have taken again this lecture. I hope you all must be very much clear with this part. During your assignment time only, we'll be providing you the sums and the formulas, the notes for it again very soon, so that you can, again, if you want to practice, you can practice it on your own also. Then after assignments, as I announced earlier, there is again your live sessions going on. Fine. So that's all from my part, students. Any queries, any doubts, feel free to put up in Google Classroom. We are there to help you out any point of time. Thank you very much for your attention. Have a great day ahead, students. This is Professor Shaurya Shah teaching you Advanced Accounting and Auditing Paper 1. Have a good day ahead. Thank you for your attention. See you in the next lecture after the assignment week. And best of luck for your assignment, students.